Hi, my name is Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer and motivational speaker. It's travel day! Today we're talking about traveling and getting a good price for it. I'm in the airport just returning from a client event. Loved it. It was so much fun. Most of the time the audience spent it like this. And other times and then other times, yeah, it was really entertaining. That was part of my experience when you hired me as a speaker. It's like you get to spend the whole time, what? Wait, let me try that again. What? Yeah. But that's part of the speaking experience. The travel experience is getting there. I mean, you can see my eyes are red. I'm kind of teary. Flew into Salt Lake last night, and I got there pretty late, and I'm flying out today. It was funny. I had to check in for my flight before I even got to my hotel. So, sweet travel. But here's my travel tip for you to go somewhere crazy. Oh, hey, attention passengers. Can you hear that? No, good. Okay, so I've run into a lot of people who said, oh, I would love to go to Europe. London, Paris, Rome, Zurich, Switzerland, Ireland, Spain, Italy, wherever. And it's way too expensive to get there. All right, I had to talk before in my channel here about saving up for the things that you really want. And I had these crazy rings. They're like $150,000, $200,000. Now, those take a lot more effort to save and many more years. You can do it, but I'm talking about something that you can save for right now. So let's say you want to go to Europe. Like, oh, I'd always wanted to go see the London Bridge. Oh, the London Bridge is in Arizona. So let's go to the Tower Bridge in London. That's probably one of the most famous, Big Ben in Parliament. I totally want to go see that, but every time I look up a flight to London, it's $1,600, it's $1,200. I know. That is a major problem because that's a lot of money for a lot of people. Some people, $1,200, that's what I spend on shoes. No, we don't want to do that. If you're the shoe person, you're good. You don't need this travel tip. How do you get to Europe on the cheap? Well, there's a couple tricks. Often people are looking to go to a very specific and small place to start off with, and that causes major problems. One of my roommate's daughters, she wanted to go see her like her uncle or something in some tiny town in Spain, and every time she did an online search, the price was almost $2,000. She said, oh, I'm never going to go see my uncle, I'll never be able to get there. And I asked her, like, well, wait a minute, where are you going? And I don't know, Podunk, Spain. I said, well, where are you looking from? And she said, oh, I live in Las Vegas. Man, you can get to anywhere on earth from Las Vegas. That place should be cheap. Now, it's not a major hub. Major hubs, Minneapolis, Denver, Houston. But I told her, here, watch, let me search. Okay, and you got to go in this month. And I'll tell you the month in a moment. And I showed her, look, you can get there from Las Vegas for like $700. What? Yeah, but you get up flying to Barcelona or Madrid. Oh, and then I got to catch a flight, which is another $500. No. That's not the way you do it in Europe. The way you do it in Europe is you fly into the major city hub, and then you either take EasyJet, Ryanair, Aer Lingus, who else? I don't know. There's a couple others. And then you catch the connector there. But if you're in country, a lot of times the best way to get around Europe is train, people. Choo-choo. Yeah, that's right. Train. So I showed her, look, and she's like, well, I got to get there. How much? And then the flight's expensive. That's all right. I just told you that. Listen to me. So I showed her, watch here, Spanish or Euro, click. And she looked at the price. And you're thinking, what, $340? No, $34. She was looking at spending $1,600 to $2,000 to go see her uncle in Spain. I showed her a way she could go there for $734. Now, I'm not a math wizard, but 2,000 from 734, that's like a 67 or almost a 70% reduction in price. Now, if you're really nice, you would actually send me the differential, but I know it doesn't work that way. So, I told her, look, how much money do you spend on your Starbucks lattes and whatever else? Well, I'd probably spend $4 or $5 a day. Every day, yeah, going to work 5 days a week. Okay, let's say you spend $5 because you gotta drive there, drive back. $5 times 5 is $25. Times 4 in a month, okay, that's $100 in Starbucks. So by the time you want to fly to Europe, and I'll tell you the month in a moment, it was like November. I said, look, you could have all the money, just skip that, and you would have the money in cash to go see your uncle and hang out in Spain and enjoy the experience. And she said, what? How come I didn't know this? Well, that's why you watch my YouTube channel, people. Here, let me adjust the camera a bit. That's why you watch my YouTube channel, because I'm telling you, I've traveled all over the world, Russia, China, North Korea, Japan, South America. I still got to go to Brazil and Australia and Southeast Asia, but tons of Africa, tons of Europe, Central America, you name it. I've probably been to most of the places you want to go. There you go. So you got to get the flight that's about $700. How do you do that? Well, the best time to fly to Europe from the U.S. that I've found, at least from Central and the West, not from Boston, New York, and Newark, they're a little bit different pricing, but most of the time, the best time to go to Europe is September through early October. And you say, what? But my kids are in school. I got to do X, Y, Z. Yap. Hey, look, if you want to come up with an excuse, that's your issue, but I'm telling you when to go and how to do it. So just pay attention here. So if you go in September, early October, the weather's still great, it's a little bit cooler, you bring a jacket, maybe a hat, it's not that big a deal. You say, oh, I want to go in July and August, or June. You don't want to go in July and August. Prices triple, crowds are insane, people in France are like totally off for the month of August. You will have major problems getting to stuff. I don't know how it is in Italy, but same sort of thing. It's hotter than bleeping bleep. Yeah, it's hot in Europe. It's crazy. It's northern latitude. It's freezing in the winter, but hot in the summer. It's crazy. Do you want to go there with massive crowds, huge lines? I mean, I was in Paris a couple years ago, and the line to Notre Dame was, I don't know, an hour and a half or too long. Can you say Disneyland? No way. I usually go when it's way off season, September. Most of the time, I walk right up to the door and I'm in, no problem. Yeah, it's so easy. And now I was there in July for work. That's a whole other matter. But the best time to go in, and not in spring, because typically the fall, early fall is dry. Spring can be rainy. Yeah, and do you want to get rained on when you're having your European experience? No. Now, this is another trick I learned last year. I flew into Dublin from, where did I come from? Salt Lake? Denver. I think it was Denver. And I got there for $700 a person. That's cheap. Now, the key was I flew on Aer Lingus, but I really wanted to go to France and London and all that. And again, France, even though it was an ideal time, just the ticket prices, I bought them too late, they're going up to $1,000 to $1,200. No need to worry. You fly something like Aer Lingus, not WOW Airlines. I haven't flown them yet, but people say they're pretty rough. So let's just fly Aer Lingus. And you fly into Dublin. You say, oh, I don't want to go to Dublin. That's not the point. You go into Dublin, you spend your day, you tour around, you catch your, what do we do, Aer Lingus flight to Paris. Like $57. So now I got to Paris for $757 instead of spending $800, $900, or $1,000 or whatever I just said. A crazy amount of money. That's how you do it. Plus you get to spend a day in Dublin. Maybe have a pint. Eat some bangers and mash. I don't know. Check it out. It's a really cool city. So that's another way I got there. But now when I went to Ireland, I went for free. How did I go for free? Now, I'm not sponsored by Capital One. I'm covering my name, of course. But the Capital One Venture card got me to Ireland for free. Do you have a credit card that you can earn points on that gives you travel? There are lots of different travel cards, and this is just the one I use. I get double points on it. I run every transaction I can through there. The transactions run through, boom, boom, boom. I pay the card off. Bazow! oh, free trip to Europe. Yes, free trip to Europe. So we went to Europe for free. Now, not hotel, not food and incidentals, but just getting there was like free. I went to the Galapagos, what did we go, 2 years ago? Went to the Galapagos Islands free on the shoulder season. Are you starting to get the theme here, people? Yeah. Those little airline miles things like, oh, I don't want to sign up for that, blah, blah, blah. We went to India for, I think it was, it ended up being like, I don't know, $1,600 or whatever it was. It normally would have been $4,000 because I had to fly British Airways because I had airline miles that were like 10 years old and I kept them going, but finally I found a way to use them. Bazow! So if you go on the right season, a lot of times a shoulder season, and then you rack up some airline miles, and the killer is not to blow the credit card and then start paying the monthly charges. I know I've done it, my mistake. But that is a great travel tip if you want to go to Europe. That is the best time ever. It is now like November. Yeah, you don't want to go there. It's starting to get pretty chilly and unpleasant. It was actually cheaper. And people say Paris is beautiful like Christmas. That might be fun. If you can handle traveling in the off season, or your kids are in track school, or you're single, your spouse, your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. If you travel in the off season, the prices are so much better. If you travel too late in the season, a lot of stuff closes down. So right at the end of summer, into September and early October, cat's meow. You can have a great time. The hotels are cheaper. There are less crowds. Food's probably not cheaper. And then the flights are way cheaper. That is how I've gone to Europe and traveled around the Northern Hemisphere. Pretty much if you go in September and October, you can go almost anywhere you want. I gotta remember to do another show on how I search for airline fares and the tricks to do it. Travelocity in the early 2000s used to have something, but the FTC or Department of Transportation, whatever, they got all mad because the price wasn't perfect, but they saved me thousands of dollars. I'll have to do another show on that. So another issue, I've got more travel tips coming. Don't worry, I'm a pretty hardcore traveler. I look all dressed up because I'm speaking, but usually I'm looking at my bags. I'm a little scratchy, but it all works out. I hope you've enjoyed this travel tip to show you that if you wanted to go to Europe, there's a way to get there. If you have more questions, just message me, make a comment below, or direct message me on Twitter at Linsdau or Facebook, or go to my website, ncexpd.com. Please like and comment on my video. Subscribe to the channel to help me out. Please, if you want to donate on Venmo, PayPal, or Patreon, I would love it to support my channel and keep bringing you this wonderful information. My name is Aaron Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer and motivational speaker. Check out my show, World Beyond. The world beyond your doorstep and the world beyond your city limits. Thank you very much.